at their quarantine hotel after one of the players complained about rodents in her room. And a Brooklyn Nets player who has swapped to Indiana Pacers said that the move could have saved his life because during the medical, it was discovered that Caris LeVert, that he had a tumor on his left kidney. So he feels that that trade from Brooklyn Nets to Indiana Pacers in a deal which also, of course, saw James Harden leave the Houston Rockets to join the Brooklyn Nets, that trade might have saved his life, because if not, maybe they would not have done that extensive medical. The way you're moving from one club to another, they usually do a medical, and if not for this medical, he feels that they will not have discovered until too late that he had a tumor on his left kidney. And unfortunately, Eddie Jones, the head coach of the England team, that's talking about rugby, he is to miss the start of the Six Nations competition because he is isolated after after their forwards coach Matt Proudfoot tested positive. Good evening, welcome to Sports Fiesta. It is live on 90.7 KFM in Benin City. My name is Sandy Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Abracadabra because I do sports presentation and analysis with a touch of magic. Egosa Agbekan, the sports maestro, joins me on the show. Egosa, let's begin from Melbourne, Australia, venue of the Australian Open. The players are already there, but you know, because of the COVID-19 restrictions, they've had to come into the city early. In fact, world number one, I think he's still world number one, Novak Djokovic, he's been fighting for some players that have not been able to get into the country, and the organizers are saying, well, we've already told them that this is how everything will go, so they should not be saying things like they were not being carried along. But now we're talking about the players that are already there. Yelena Potentseva, the world number 28, she had to swap rooms after she discovered a mouse in her room. Rats, what we call rats here in Nigeria. Yeah, so she discovered a mouse in her hotel room, and so she swapped rooms. But she said even in the new room, it was also rodent infested. So she's really worried. But Victoria State Police Minister Lisa Neville has now told the players to minimize interaction with the mice, and she said that from what she understands, that there may have been some feeding going on, as in players deliberately feeding the mice, and when you do that, it's going to maybe bring about an infestation. So they want to please tell the players to stop feeding the mice. Already they've got pest control to come and try and resolve the issue so that you will not have mice and other rodents invading the hotel rooms.
Well, I think this is something that is really, really funny, but I think the Australian Open is getting closer, and very soon we'll start having the first round of games. And right now the players have been told to quarantine and get ready for the tournament. Yes, it's not something that is really, really nice for you to check into your hotel room and you find out there's a mouse in that hotel room, they swap and you still find the same thing. So I think it's better for them to use that pest control to ensure that all these players are well taken care of. Yes, even if they're going to use maybe, for instance, 170 rooms, before checking out, yes, they should try as much as possible to put that provision in place, like the pest control, to ensure that all the players, are well taken care of. Because now that Yulia Potentseva has spoken out about the mouse she found in her room, others will start trying to look around their rooms to see if there will be something like that, so that they can also speak out. But then I know once one person speaks out about something, then the rest will definitely try as much as possible to see that they are all well taken care of. Well, it's good, and despite COVID-19 or whatever, this is a massive tournament, a Grand Slam, and the first in the year 2021. So with the kind of players, the caliber of players right now in Melbourne, I think we are going to have a fantastic tournament. But we just hope that everyone, they are all professionals, and the organizers have done their own best to ensure that they have a fantastic tournament, without itches. So for me, I think it is good that the players are speaking out with what they feel is not okay for them. So, and the organizers are also trying to do their best. So at the end of the day, I'm sure everything will be alright. But for the mouse, they shouldn't be feeding them. If not, it could cause some issue. I know someone could just find the mouse and say, oh wow, like to play. No, they like to play with pets and all that. But then I think the more you give them food, it could be they could produce and also spread around. So I think it's better for them to use the pest control and see.
And that's what the police minister is saying. We will not hear of any player who is deliberately feeding the mice. But anyway, Putintseva, she complained that she has lost sleep because of rodents scurrying around. And you wonder,
not even one.
Yes, and you wonder why. Look, I don't know, all the hotels I've stayed in Nigeria, I've not seen a rat in any of the hotels. And they are not even really 5-star hotels, but maybe a couple of 5-star hotels.
They know how to
yeah, but even if here in Africa we are able to keep rats out of our hotels, but please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all hotels are perfect in Nigeria. I've been in some really horrible hotels too, but I'm just saying that I've not seen rats. There have been even mosquitoes. Have I been bothered by? It was only in Gabon that I was even in a hotel room that had mosquitoes. So because you are paying for this, so you expect the best service, and hotel accommodation is usually top notch. So for the hotel that you put world-class tennis players, for it to have mice, I think it is a sad reflection on Australia, and they've got to really do something about it. So Putintseva is complaining that the mice are scurrying around, and she's unable to sleep, and she's even unable to open a window in her room, and that they need fresh air to breathe. She's one of the first players to complain about the COVID-19 rules in Australia, and as I said, Novak Djokovic is trying to fight the case of some players, because according to the rules now that they have, if you are in a plane where somebody tests positive, then you would have to be, you'll be forced to quarantine for extra days. So yeah, so the players are not there like, come on, that's not my business. I'm not the person that tested positive. So anyway, they are saying now that so many people that have come into the country, the police, the police minister said that 10 people in total that have flown into Melbourne for the tournament have now tested positive for COVID-19, and they had 3 new cases on Wednesday, comprising 2 players and a support person. She went on to say that they've had a total of 4 players at the moment being positive with COVID, but there has been confusion over the figures, with several tests later reclassified by the authorities as viral shedding from previous infections, meaning they are not contagious. So this is the situation, and the row over quarantine rules and allowances afforded to traveling players compared to residents had cast huge controversy over this year's Grand Slam, the first tennis Grand Slam of the year. And I'm even wondering, since they've even cancelled the Australian Grand Prix, why are they in such a hurry to want to go on with the Australian Open?
Well, they feel that cancelling the Grand Prix, that's for Formula One, but the tennis organizers, as in Australian Open organizers, maybe they feel, okay, this shouldn't be cancelled because they are 2 major events. So let us see how they can handle one of the 2 major events, in Australia. So for me, I think this is a nice way to go. But the players right now, they are subjected to so many things when it comes to, taking care of yourself, ensuring that it's like a bubble right now, because they don't want anybody to be infected or anybody to contract it and also pass it on, because this is a major tournament where you have players coming from different countries. So for me, I think they so far so good. They've been able to fight it to a standstill, but pending when the Australian Open will start and we end, we just hope that they'll continue to maintain this. If they can do this at the end of the day, they don't have any issues. They are able to, host a successful Australian Open tournament. I think that would be great, and that could also send a signal to others that yes, if we can host it without issues, despite spending maybe more than what they budgeted, I think others will feel okay. Yes, we can as well host our own tournament as well, following the same way Australia are doing right now. But then it's not easy, honestly. Organizing events at this time with the COVID-19 is not really easy, but a whole lot has to come in if you want to have a successful event, especially when it comes to budgeting. You have to add more to it because you shouldn't be doing the same thing when you don't have COVID and now you have COVID. So a whole lot has to go into it. But I'm sure that the Australian Open will come out good at the end of the day.
Okay, so that is the situation. Okay, let's talk about this basketball player, Caris LeVert. He says that his trade from Brooklyn Nets to the Indiana Pacers could have saved his life after a medical revealed a tumor on his left kidney. LeVert's move was part of the multi-team deal that saw James Harden join Brooklyn Nets from the Houston Rockets. A routine MRI scan, that's the magnetic resonance imaging, a scan on his back revealed the tumor, with more tests needed to determine whether it is cancerous. So LeVert is saying that he's definitely humbled to know that this trade could have possibly saved his life in the long run. He's just 26 years old. He said he had not experienced any pain or symptoms and felt 100% healthy playing for the Nets this season. He's unable to play for his new side, the Indiana Pacers, until the issue is resolved. And I recall, this reminds me of what happened to Kanu Nwankwo all those years ago. It was just a routine, medical at Inter Milan when he joined them from Ajax, and that's where, unfortunately, they discover that he had a weak aorta valve and they had to operate it. Otherwise, if he didn't know, because he was not feeling any pain, and he could just be running one day and he would just have slumped. So that is the situation. So LeVert being in that same situation now, he didn't even know that he had that tumor on his right kidney, and now having to a medical reveal this, and that was because he was moving from one club to another.
Well, everything happens for a reason. Yes, if he had not been traded, well, it could have been a different ballgame, because though they undergo routine check and all that within the franchise, but when you are leaving for another team, you just have to undergo so many, because they want to know that yes, the person joining us is really fit to join us, doesn't have any issues, and that was why they had to do that. And it should be grateful for it, honestly. I'm happy for him, because if not, he could feel okay, I'm doing very well. And it's a physical sport where you have to try to go through people before scoring your points and all that. So it's not really easy. And talking about the kidney, that is something that one has to be very serious about, because it's not easy. Yes, kidney, people could die from kidney issues, but the fact that this one has been found out and is undergoing treatment, I'm sure it's going to be really okay. But I think it's also good for players to undergo some checkup, even if they are not feeling, or if they undergo a test and they are told that yes, they have some issues, even if they are not feeling the pain, but they should try to do more than, because many people will feel okay, it is because he was treated. If not, this would have been found out, of which is not really good. And to our none of us knew he was having that aorta, and that led to the Kano Heart Foundation and all that. So everything happens for a reason. I'm happy for him, and I hope that this will, enable them to begin to do more than they are doing right now. Because a player you feel okay, is your star player, he has no issues, he's fit and all that, could have some problem, except he undergo checkup. No one will be able to find out. But I think it's really good. I hope he comes back strong and continue what he's doing right now.
Eddie Jones, the head coach of the England rugby national team is self-isolating after their forwards coach, Matt Proudfoot, tested positive for COVID. Jones and the attack coach, Simon Amor, they have been identified as close contacts of Proudfoot, and they must isolate for 10 days. So in a statement, the Rugby Football Union said Proudfoot was not displaying any symptoms of the disease. England are due to meet at St. George's Park on Wednesday, the 27th of January, to prepare for the Six Nations. The rest of the England staff, they are scheduled to arrive 2 days before that, with Jones and Amor attending meetings virtually. Defense coach John Mitchell is expected to be available to hold face-to-face sessions with the players.
Yeah, because the defense coach is free of it, and he has to make a face-to-face. And the others, they are virtual meeting, virtual stuff and all that. Really, last year it was really something that everyone had to adapt to. Same thing happening right now, and I think the fact that he has a contact, with Proudfoot, that means everyone has to isolate in order for them not to pass it on to the others. It's not really funny and easy, but I think with the way they are going about it is the best way to go about it, in order for them not to put some people's life in danger or at risk, as the case may be. But then, as a coach, you have to ensure that you self-isolate, then get fit, then come back to St. George's Park and continue preparation. So I think it's not a death sentence, but it's something we have to take notice of.
All right, let's go on this break. We'll be right back.
When you think durability and great value for your money, only one name comes to mind, and that is Jasogwe Auto Care, a subsidiary of Jasogwe Global Network Cars and Heavy-Duty Vehicles. Solite Battery made in Korea, Everstart Battery made in Korea, and GS Yuasa Battery made in Japan, and other batteries. At Jasogwe Auto Care, we are committed to making our customers happy with our affordable batteries, which are direct from the manufacturers. Jasogwe Global Network is a very reliable name in the sale and installation of CCTV cameras for your homes and offices, power backup solutions and components consisting of solar PV module, solar inverter, and sealed maintenance-free batteries. Visit us today at Jasogwe Global Network, 59 Akbakbaba Road, Benin City, Nigeria, or call us on 0803-8624-858 or log on to www.jasogwe.com. Jasogwe, value for money.
One year in mind, the families of Iragbon and Irunse cordially request the honor of your presence to the 1 year remembrance Thanksgiving of our beloved daughter, wife, sister, auntie, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, late Elder Mrs. Christiana Iweko Irunse. Date, Sunday, 24th January 2021, time 10 a.m. at True Vine Assembly, 25 Ozolwa Avenue off Ekewan Road by Owando Filling Station, Benin City, Edo State. Reception follows immediately at her residence, number 8 Boundary Road off Henry Omorogeva Street, Ubuyoho Quarters, Benin City. Signed,
Grace Uzibo for the family.
Hello, entrepreneurs, business owners, and organizations. KUFM 92.7 has an impressive and constantly expanding number of followers online. You can now advertise your goods and services on KUFM's social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Take advantage of our online presence and reach out to our growing audience at very affordable rates. Call 0703 109 4612 or 0806 530 5657 or 0802 232 7191 or visit our marketing office, top floor, Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, GRA, Benin City. KUFM, your business growth partner.
Welcome back to Sports Fiesta live on 90.7 KUFM Benin City with me, Salih Ibrahim, the Sports Ibracadabra, and Agosa Agbekan, the Sports Maestro. Well, we're watching the President of the United States of America, Joe Biden, being inaugurated. The inauguration is on right now. They just had a church service, and I think the motorcade is heading for the Capitol, where Joe Biden will be inaugurated. And we know that all the sports teams that have won and have not got to see the president, now that Donald Trump is out of office, they will soon be going. The LA Lakers have said they are eagerly waiting for Joe Biden presidency to take off so that they can go and visit him. But the man will have so much to deal with, all the wahala caused by Trump before he left office. Okay, let's tell you this. This manager says their form is not perfect, but it is not a control. It is not a catastrophe. Who is saying this? Jurgen Klopp, the manager of Liverpool. They have not been able to win in was it the last 4 games now, and really not the kind of stuff you expect from a champion. They are without a win in 4 Premier League games and without a goal in their last 3, which is their worst run since 2015. But because they are so close to the top of the table, even though they are 4th, they are close to the top of the table. It isn't too much of a worry. But when you look at a club like Chelsea, Frank Lampard under immense pressure. We hear they're going to have a crisis meeting today. We don't know what will happen after that. So it's very possible that tomorrow you could hear that Frank Lampard has been fired, or maybe
giving ultimatum.
Yeah, you need to win the next couple of games. I think their next game is going to be against Luton Town in the FA Cup. Then they play against Wolves. It's like from now on it has to be a must-win for Frank Lampard. But the story is Jurgen Klopp is saying that the fans of the club and everybody should calm down, that he knows that it is not perfect right now, but it is not a catastrophe.
Yeah, it isn't, because if you look at Liverpool as a team, we know them as a free scoring side, and that was the reason why they were able to win the title last season. But looking at the way they won last season and the way other teams have looked at them and prepared for them whenever they are meeting them, it's quite different. You cannot expect to win the way they won last season, then to retain it that title this same season, when you have the likes of Manchester City aiming at the title, Manchester United aiming at the title, even Chelsea that has spent over 200 also aiming at the title. So I think it's not really easy, and I hope that yes, they will come good, but at times you have this shaky situation. It's with every club, no matter the kind of squad that you've got. Sometimes you have your key players out due to injuries or not having the best of form. But I think this is not something we expect from Liverpool. Honestly, the last 4 games, if they have been scoring, though they have not been getting results, it's a different ball game. They've not been winning as they would expect, and they've not been scoring goals. So there's problem. The likes of Roberto Firmino, the newly signed player Diogo Jota, who was stealing the show whenever they step onto the pitch before. He also had his own issues. I think these guys should try and come up. Salah is a star player. Sadio Mane, I don't know if these guys, if they are not in a happy mood, but this is the title they want to retain. So for you to win back to back, you have to just try as much as possible to remain at the top, because once you drop form, then the rest could overtake. Right now we are having different clubs climbing up to the number 1 spot because of the competitiveness of the English Premier League. So for me, I think the fans should be calm, they should be relaxed, and the manager also should try to understand that yes, it's not easy. This is the English Premier League. It's not a place where you come and win back to back. We know many managers have done it, but not many rather that have done it. But I think it is possible for Jurgen Klopp. So if their next game will be against Burnley, if they're able to get a clean sheet, maybe a 2 or 3-0 win, then that could bring back the confidence into Anfield that okay, now let's go from here. They are not too far from the top position, so a win over Burnley, who are stronger now, will bring back the confidence. But I think the players and the technical crew should try as much as possible to do more than what they've done so far, because dropping points against smaller clubs, which ordinarily they could have run past, but it's not really easy. But then this is English Premier League, anything can happen.
There's a game going on now in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Kwara United are playing against Enyimba. It is 26 minutes of action. Kwara United 1, Enyimba 0.
Well, Enyimba will have to prepare have to give out their best in that game, because Kwara United they've told their Bayern fans that it's not going to be easy for them right there at Ilorin. But then we know about they've been good this season, so if they can get a point away, I think that will be massive for them. But if they fail to do that, well, it will be a plus for Kwara United. But 20 minutes just to the first half. I'm sure the likes of Victor Mbama, Olisema, and also other players of Imba International will come good, because this season I think they are proving that yes, home and away they can do great stuff and they can fight for the title. So let's see how they get response from, or let's see their reaction, and after going 1 down to Kwara United.
So that is the situation in the Nigerian Professional Football League. You will soon be able to call us. The numbers to reach us on 070 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154. Remember that the African National Championship is also on. I will give you results of the matches that were played yesterday. Hello. Danjuma, welcome.
Good evening. I want to really congratulate Anthony Didi. That guy don't really carry letter to people they get injury, but they say he weaker. And if you cut on the league, the creative they do for Leicester City. Like we talked that time, we advance to come up for Leicester City. And I go Real Madrid or good PSG. That guy don't pass Leicester City. You want to put the creative do here today. I see the one who meet for Frank here today. See the do the time meeting. That you set aside. You know, carry Chelsea past you will take this. Hello.
Hello, it's Jose Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho, welcome.
Greetings from Jared.
Yeah, we'll get you too.
So funny to hear that are disturbing athletes in Australia. I suppose Western world, in Australia hotel. As I was thinking it was Lagos or Nairobi until I heard you say Australia. So you should know that we are human. Things can happen anywhere in the world. This is for the Western folks. I congratulate them for defeating Juventus. Even if I like Cristiano is not Juve, so I'm an Inter fan. Happy to hear that. Also, I'm happy to hear in the news that Rodgers is saying in the day worth £150 million that clubs should wear. So I'm very happy. Nigerian player is worth that much. I'm very, very happy. It's a great one. I know it has a way of adding to the position of your FIFA ranking. Somehow, I don't.
Forget that. If any club brings in 70 million, they will sell anything.
Okay, but it's just good news. I was very happy.
Yeah.
And as for club, he should be quiet and take responsibility for his team's form. He used to take all the glory when they were winning. So he should also take the blame. It shouldn't be club. It should be Akon this time. He should take the blame. So we all know that they are the stripes. It's like they need to bring some new players in. I don't speak for them. I just want them to take responsibilities. Okay. Also, I want to say goodbye to my best American president, Donald Trump. I stand with him. He may have been hated. He may have been criticized, bastardized and everything, but I love him. It's my right to like anybody I choose to like. So goodbye, Trump. We hope to see you again in 2024. Thank you very much.
All right, cool. I'm just Curry and the other basketball stars don't agree with you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome. Please move away from your radio.
Yes, I have done that. My name is Kingsley.
Okay.
Calling from Technical School Road.
All right.
This morning I listened as usual to your program, and you actually hit the nail when you said Chelsea players are lazy. That's the word. Even when Chelsea managed to beat West Ham 3-0.
Yeah.
But when it was 1-0 up, I left the match. I couldn't watch. I was shocked in the morning that it was 3. Because in fact they just managed. Look at how they struggled against a 10-man Fulham.
Yeah.
I was wondering. That's why I like Mourinho. When it becomes like this, like you said this morning. Now, even if the coach is not making the right formation, whatever, or right player choice, why don't the players play this game? I mean, you see them, it's as if the COVID-19 thing is affecting them. They're doing social distance to other players. The only time they try to fight was when they almost got that penalty. You see, there was that quick response, and it almost paid off. But I've seen all their games. When they played beat West Ham, they didn't deserve to beat West Ham. They've been like that. The same thing happened when I think it was 2 seasons ago when William was the only guy on the pitch. Now, I'll let Mourinho will call out the players and, as if Lampard in his press briefing. And what he's trying to do is to say, look, I've done my part. You should do your part. I agree, Lampard may not be making the right choices or right selection, but I see these players, they just struggle. Even yesterday, 2-0 was a good score because he should have been maybe up to 4. Yeah. And I hope that they will sit up, because if they don't, I don't see Chelsea in this form making top 11. Yeah. Chelsea will be around 18th or 14th. Because like you said this morning, if other players that have outstanding matches all play now, Chelsea will be behind. Look at Arsenal. Yeah. I think Arsenal had, gave them the COVID thing. After the match, Arsenal, they just imparted the thing. They gave them the COVID. Now they are doing social distancing with other teams. So I really hope that Chelsea will sit up, because I'm really disappointed at their play. And I also worry for Lampard, because I feel Lampard should come out and, you've done your selection. These players are just being lazy. Well, thank you very much for your presentation.
All right, thank you. But we've seen it over and over again in football. You cannot sack the players. Yes. You can't even get angry. You can't even sell all of them. Yeah, even no matter what, you can't. You've got let's say the regular players are 11. We know that the team is usually 25, 30. But even if it is 11, you cannot team sells 11 players in one season, except if it is in the Nigerian professional football league. That's what they do. And then all contracts terminated. Okay. Yesterday in the African Nations Championship going on in Cameroon, we had action. In Group D, Zambia beat Tanzania 2-0, while Guinea beat Namibia 3-0. Today, we are going to have Cameroon playing against Mali. Cameroon won their first game, and Burkina Faso will also play against Zimbabwe. So these are the matches that we have for today. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, Victory, welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Rosa.
Good evening, my sister.
For Chelsea, really, nothing new about what they are doing right now. Sorry to say, but still the team is a team of complacent talent. Like, you're right to the money. They are really lazy. No hunger, no desire to win matches. It's a clueless coach who have no idea, bereft of plans, just talk to information that isn't really working. For me, I won't really be surprised tomorrow when I wake up and hear that he's fired. Because he's really not doing anything to improve the team. The team is full of talent, but I don't know. I'm just praying, though, not for us to win the top 4 or win because at the end of the season, we should survive being at the top half of the table. Because where they're going, I don't even see them finishing the top half of the table. Yeah. So when is the Australian Open starting?
A couple of weeks. I think they postponed it by 3 weeks. Yeah, I'll get the exact dates. I think it's in February. So.
I want to see Djokovic and Serena. They're my favorite tennis players.
Okay, all right.
Good luck to the Warriors.
Okay. Hello. Sorry about that. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Professor Salih Ibrahim.
Yeah, welcome.
My good friend, Rosa, now.
I'm fine, Mr.
Boxing.
I wish I'm 3 times I don't call there, I not see you. So you are going to pay my transport.
If I don't know when you come, if not for the day now.
Okay, I will come meet you one day, yeah?
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
The 2 last speakers have spoken my mind about Frank Lampard. One time I praised Salih Ibrahim, the way he reads game. I'm sure if Salih Ibrahim had been our coach, he would have known how, although let us leave the technical aspect of it, he would have known the players to feed and how to make substitutions. When the coach cannot feed the right players and make substitutions, why do you call him grade 50 coach or grade 5 or grade 2? So we are highly disappointed at Lampard. I agree that the players are lazy. But a lot ought to have been done by Lampard to convince us that the fault is not entirely his. Thank you very much, and I'm grateful.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello. Sorry, I called.
Okay, Joseph.
Yes. How can I not talk about Chelsea? I can't believe it. I want to say for Lampard, I told you over and over again, I love this guy. I appreciate him as a legend. He did a great thing, especially against teams like Barcelona, and so on and so forth. He will forever be a great guy with Chelsea as a player. But as a coach, he's not there yet. He's not there yet. When we think he's getting it, we just realize he's not the one. He's not the one for it. He's not the special one. He's not the only one. He's not the happy one. There is nothing about him for now as a coach. It was the euphoria of trying to win the championship and coupled with being a legend that made us bring him in. But he's not the guy for the team right now. With respect to him, I see him playing in the forward. If I were him by now, I would have resigned. He's a Western What is he waiting for? So we should try and resign. So also, please, I want to hope that we will see Victor Osimhen coming back this week or next week. I think it's 2 weeks quarantine, right?
No, but he tested positive again. That's the
wow.
issue. Yeah, he tested positive for the second time.
My God, I wanted to see him play the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. You know, the Napoli Stadium.
Yeah.
So, as for Chelsea, the players are just happy they made a professional contract with Chelsea. They don't have the desire. They need a coach who will wake them up from that dream. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Ibrahim. Good evening. Good evening.
Welcome.
It's Crown Angel.
Crown Angel, great to have you.
Speaking of yesterday's game, I think as a fan, it has been a regular routine now that when you see Chelsea game, you just have to get something else to get you excited. Looking at the setup of the team, I want to question some of the players that Frank Lampard started in that game. The likes of Rui James, for instance. This guy is just coming from injury. You put him in that kind of match. Aspilicueta was fit for that game. But just like his favorite guys, he wants to play them. But my take is that when you are playing a 4-3-3 formation, and this thing is not for you, over time, why can't you just change? Why is it difficult for you?
To his credit, yesterday he changed it during the game. He went to 4-4-2.
When he was losing the game now, the man that is down has no fear. He has to do whatever it takes. And you said the players are lazy. That's the duty of the manager, to call these guys to play for him. He's there to bring out the best from those players. We saw Ovena, Kai last season, the way they played in the Jama Bundesliga. They can't be overnight. Playing as if they are amateur players.
Okay.
It's the manager.
Okay. All right.
You see sometimes
you're going to be brief. There are so many other people waiting to call.
All right, let me just call my point. I'm saying I'm going to say it over and over again. Frank Lampard he doesn't inspire confidence in the boys, and that's why they are not really playing. So they are living up to high expectations.
But most of every player that signed this season for Chelsea said they signed because of Frank Lampard. That was when Frank Lampard spoke to them. There were other clubs that were coming, but once they spoke to Frank Lampard, they made up their mind to play for Chelsea. So how come suddenly he's unable to inspire them?
Okay, let me ask you one question quickly. Did you see Madison yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
Did you see Messi, man?
Yeah, but if there was any bright spark for Chelsea, I think it was Mason Mount. He was the only one that was even running, that was trying to mark. He at least did something. It was just because the whole team was so poor, that's why his impact wasn't much. But he even gave it a go. The others were just basically strolling on the pitch. All right, thank you. Let us speak to others.
What I said.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Good evening.
Yeah, Madrid, don't come.
Yeah, greetings to guys also.
Yeah, Madrid.
Yesterday, Frank Lampard, he did not play 4-3-3. He didn't start with 4-3-3. He started with 4-2-3-1.
It started with 4-3-3.
No, before the game happened, some minutes to the game, it was 4-3-3 that was on live score. But when the game was on the page of starting, it now became a lone striker. It was...
but that's how it is now. The 4-3-3 is not like... It's when you are playing 4-2-3-1 or 4-5-1 that you will clearly see that this formation is what they are playing. But Chelsea most times play 4-3-3. Even if you have a striker in front, there are two wingers that are also in front. So that's why you call it a 4-3-3. Then you have three midfielders. And it was what Chelsea started with yesterday before they changed to 4-4-2.
That was when Timo Werner came in.
Yes, when Timo Werner came in.
The thing is that what I'm saying is there's a difference between when somebody is outside and you're talking to the person and the person is now with you. Those players, you see what I'm saying in Chelsea is a danko. If a new coach comes in now, this will turn around.
It will change, yeah. Most times.
There's a danko. There's things that there's some level of people. I said it earlier, how will you drop your captain? As a better has been a captain of that team, that bringing in with James is so awful.
Sorry, please call us back. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ibrahim.
Yeah, good evening, welcome.
Good evening, good side, Bekan.
Good evening.
This is Mr. Joshua. I'm calling for Sabo Gary Zaria and Kaduna State.
Wow, great to have you. How are you listening to us?
Through the social media platform. Okay. I've been calling all these I've been calling things.
All right. Go on.
I'm a big fan of Frank Lampard. I always support people whenever he's not doing well. I always support him. But with what I saw yesterday, my brother, Frank Lampard is confused. He has run out of ideas. I don't know what is happening to Frank Lampard. I don't know. He's a stubborn manager. You cannot continue to do the same thing and expect different results. Why play 4-4-3? They have been playing 4-4-3. Why not change the formation?
4-4-3 is 4-3-3. 4-4-3 will mean...
4-3-3. That's what I'm trying to say. 4-3-3. 4-3-3. And it's not working out for him. He's confused. If you watch that match yesterday and if you look into Frank Lampard's eyes, you will see that Frank Lampard is a confused being, as it is now. He's a confused person. I don't know what is wrong with him. I think the hour has come for him to be removed. I don't know how it's going to... Because if he continues like this, Chelsea will go to 15th, 17th on the table. And you know how the season is. If you lose 2-3 matches, you find yourself 16th, 15th position. And if you win 2-3 matches, you find yourself at the peak of the table. I don't know what is happening to Frank Lampard. We cannot continue like this. We Chelsea fans in Nigeria, we cannot continue like this. I think the hour has come for us for Chelsea to make the decision. Okay. We cannot continue like this, Mr. Brand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maybe Frank Lampard and Roman Abraham will listen to this program. So please, Chelsea fans in Nigeria, they've had it up to here. They are tired. even in England, the same thing is happening. All the Chelsea channels that I monitored, they are just like, look, this is it. Lampard should go. They love him as a player, as a legend, but he isn't a good coach. Hello?
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ibrahim.
Good evening, welcome.
Good evening, Oga.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm the child says, thank God to just Wednesday now.
Hello?
Issue of Lampard. I remember
why is it that it's only Chelsea fans that are calling us today? There are so many other issues to talk about now. Why are we talking about Chelsea?
That is just the present thing happening now. That's the reason we are calling.
Go on, no problem.
So I remember Andrew Riabras, former Chelsea coach. What happened to him at the time of Lampard playing is what is happening to Lampard now. That's what I believe. Those players, all of them cannot be lazy. Let's be frank and sincere. There's something going on. Lampard knows it and he has to explain it. There's something going on. Lampard knowing himself. He needs to explain it. Okay? When they want to start Andrew Riabras, look at how they were playing. You see that they have not even played ball before. The same thing happened to him now. I'm telling you, the same thing is happening to Lampard.
Those players are not lazy. They are talented. They are a good player, but something is happening. That is the reason they are just playing like that. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, welcome.
This is Steve calling from Jos.
Okay, go on, Stephen.
Hello, sir, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. You're welcome.
I really want to thank you people for job well done.
Thank you.
Okay, why you see why everybody only talk of Chelsea today? My father say if tree fall on top tree, which one they will fair remove? If the tree they will fair remove, that Chelsea like the latest matter of the agreement to talk about it. I really want to talk about the Chelsea too. What part is loss of idea completely? Can you imagine, even my friend, when we are watching match, last night before the match yesterday, he said that the people that come up in that match when we will get that 1-0, he said it's the people that will still start the last match. Can you know, do you know that Rapper did not prove them wrong? Is exactly what my friend said, that's what he said. This one, you know, as people already know what Rapper is going to do. He's lost of out there, don't know what he's doing. He's lost of out there. Let it just pack it and leave that club before the man to take the club to. Because the way that is good, just if he continue like the Chelsea will lost X7. Mark it for that by go and mark it today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Brian. This is Martin.
Okay.
People are complaining of Frank Lampard, Chelsea. They should also know that Manchester United fans were happy. Just when they are complaining, is giving us joy. The last two caller that said that Ibrahimovic should be aware of Chelsea fans that are complaining in Nigeria. We, the Manchester United fans, are also sending a message that he should also be aware that Chelsea not only game, but also happy in Nigeria. So he should do what we like. And on the issue of Frank Lampard, I think Frank Lampard and Chelsea, I guess the players are letting Frank Lampard just stand. So they just have like Chelsea fans should be patient with him. Frank Lampard will definitely come out good. That's just my advice to them.
Okay, but you know Chelsea are never patient with managers. That they have that reputation, or is it a notoriety now? They are never patient.
With the association of Manchester United fans, we are appealing to them. They should be patient. Okay. They will come out strong. Thank you. And I tried reaching the program via your YouTube channel. I think yesterday and today, it was not online. So I'm not in Benin now. I don't know why it happens sometimes like that.
Okay, you are not getting us on YouTube at the moment?
Yes, sometimes like that. I think it happens.
Maybe it is the it's maintenance.
I think even this morning the same thing happened. I tried streaming the program online, but it didn't come up on my phone.
Maybe it was the network at that point. All right.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's quickly look at the text messages. What happened in 2012 when Chelsea was not performing in the league but later won the Champions League is going to happen in 2012 after the sack Lampard. Okay, they wait. Good evening, great men in the studio. Please, Oga Ibrahim, Chelsea coach / players, don't give me the moment to celebrate my birthday today with their victory from Ibukun. Okay. You were hoping that Chelsea will win yesterday to give you a good birthday present. Sorry. Well done, sport guys. Okay, but there is something I don't understand yet. When a season has ended, will the players still be receiving weekly wages from Greatness? Yes, now you're under contract for the season, so they pay them until that contract expires. Good evening, sportsmen. Thanks for the good work. I notice you guys don't cover badminton. Why, please? Matt from Sapele Road. We do all sports. When there is a big story in badminton, we talk about it. But most times the fans don't follow badminton stories. But when there is, look, I did not even used to do wrestling at all because I just felt wrestling isn't sport. But I was advised that the people of Benin City love wrestling, and that's why we put wrestling. So whenever there is a big badminton story, we take it. Good day, Oga Ibrahim and Egosa. Chelsea is in isolation of top 4 for now. Lampard needs to sit up, and if sacked, it's Chelsea usual way. Up Blues. Kayode from Ohoro. Nigeria Golden Eaglets, if they play with Chelsea, they will beat Chelsea. So Frank must go. Tony G from RCC. Thank you. Golden Eaglets, that's on the 17th side. Okay. Chelsea needs to sack Lampard now to avoid relegation. Kenusa from Benin. Well, just as I said about Arsenal, I think Chelsea, no matter what, no matter how poorly they play, they will not be relegated. Chelsea, okay, repeated message there. Okay, Ibra, today is my birthday from Ibukun. Happy birthday, Ibukun. Wish we could celebrate together, and that's what I said, that you were hoping that Chelsea would win yesterday to give you something to celebrate, but unfortunately they didn't. Okay, all right, we will end now, but before we do, let's take this one. Well, we mentioned this story yesterday, talking about Bala Bawakaoje, somebody that I said I was close to when I was in Abuja. Whenever I invited him to my shows, he was always there, and whenever I tell him you're coming for an interview, he always grants you audience. And Bala Kaoje, former Minister of Sports, died yesterday at the age of 60. And the Nigerian Olympic Committee, they said they are still in shock with the news of the demise of the former minister and chairman of the National Sports Commission, Honorable Bala Bawa Kaoje. In a statement on Wednesday, Engineer Abu Gumel, the president of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, said the demise of the former sports minister is shocking and unbelievable. Quoting him now, Honorable Bala Bawa Kaoje was a good man, very gentle, resourceful, and always willing to give a ready-made solution to all problems while in office and thereafter. This is not the time to lose such an industrious son of our nation, but who are we to query God? Honorable Bala Bawa Kaoje will be sorely missed. Then on behalf of the members of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, we commiserate with the federal government of Nigeria, Kebbi State government, his immediate family, and the sporting community on this sad and irreparable loss. Honorable Kaoje, a master's degree holder in structural engineer from the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, was born 60 years ago in Kebbi. He has since been buried in Abuja according to Islamic rites. So we say may his soul rest in peace. Okay, guys, that's our package for today. Thank you very much for listening to us. We'll see you tomorrow morning on a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. Okay, this text just came in, so let's just take it so that we don't spill any till tomorrow. Good evening. Please, Lampard isn't a world-class manager. He should go back to championship. Kes from Aduawa. Okay, all right. So, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening to us. My name is Sali Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Abracadabra. And many thanks to Egosa Agbeka and the Sports Maestro for doing this with me. Please stay tuned to 90.7 KFM Benin City, because there's always excitement on this frequency. And at 5 p.m., KU Newsbreak will be on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Many reasons to study at Benson Idahosa University. Here are just 3. 1. Strong faculties with global academic authorities and international affiliations. 2. Records of great academic achievements of students and alumni. 3. Exciting campus life coupled with a healthy spiritual environment. For more information, please visit www.biu.edu.ng or call 0814-990-6200. Your future starts here.
Because because of how this coronavirus matter be now, government say everybody must wear face mask for public, especially church, office, taxi, or for bus. All meeting, church, party no go pass 1 hour, and now only 30% of the capacity of the building go dey inside. Government also say children below 12 years and adults above 60 years make them stay for house because corona they play with them. Now 1st of February 2021, now government go talk whether school will resume or not, and government don't put a break for all public swimming pool and poolside party. My people, this second wave of coronavirus no be play. I beg, wear face mask, wash your hands always with soap, and maintain social distance. Curfew now from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Monitoring committee don't dey to take catch people wey no do as government talk so. Now Edo government na bring una this story
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know more, 'cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax, hey. Just sit back and relax. 'Cause all you have to do is tune into 92.7 KUFM. 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 Tune into 92.7 information. Tune into 92.7 sports and gossip. Tune into 92.7 KUFM.
92.7 KUFM. Turn on excitement.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
It's 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on KU 92.7 FM, Benin City. First, the headlines. Federal Executive Council approves new retirement age for teachers. Maynard praise court for bill over deteriorating health. On Extra Voices, our correspondent takes a look at Ugbesun Gully and how it threatens lives and properties. On entertainment, Death Row Records co-founder Harris, others, pardoned by President Trump. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kaduri. Now the news in detail. The Federal Executive Council on Wednesday approved the Harmonized Retirement Age for Teachers Bill 2021. The bill, among other recommendations, seeks to change the retirement age of teachers in the country from 60 to 65. It also seeks to change the years of service for teachers from 35 to 40. The approval was given at a meeting of the council presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. Minister of Education, Adamu, briefed State House correspondents of the meeting's outcome. With the approval, the federal government is set to send the bill to the National Assembly. Other highlights of the bill include the introduction of bursary awards, special rural posting allowances, and other measures to attract the best brains to the profession. The former chairman, Defunct Pension Reform Task Team, Abdul Rashid Maina, on Wednesday approached Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court, Abuja, for another bill. Maina, in a motion on notice dated and filed on December 24, 2020, brought by his lawyer, Anayo Adibe, said the application became necessary over his worsening health condition. Justice Abang, who said it was not convenient for the court to hear the matter, adjourned the hearing of the application until February 1st. Maina was rearrested in Niger Republic, where he had taken refuge and was extradited to Nigeria on December 3rd, 2020. Cross River State Primary School teachers who were demoted in 2016 by the state's Universal Basic Education Board on Wednesday protested in Calabar over alleged non-payment of their salaries for 6 years. Speaking on behalf of the teachers to journalists in Calabar, Ekpoma Ekanem said over 2,000 of them were affected across the state and they had been stagnated because of the demotion, while some of their members had died in the process. Reacting to the teachers' demands, the Secretary of SUBEB, Cyril Itam, said the board was waiting for the outcome of the audit report on the matter from the Office of the Auditor General of the Local Government Service Commission. The management of Anchor University, Lagos, owned by the Deeper Christian Life Ministry, on Wednesday confirmed the abduction of the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Johnson Fatokun, saying contact has been established with his abductors and that the lecturer is in good health. In a statement by the Assistant Registrar, Strategy and Communication, Okeshola Sanusi, the university management said it was working in conjunction with security agencies to ensure Fatokun is released as soon as possible and in good health. Fatokun left Lagos on Sunday to drop off his 2 children in school while his vehicle was attacked by gunmen on Tuesday in Nasarawa State en route to the airport to return to Lagos. The Police Public Relations Officer of Nasarawa Police Command, ASP Rahman Nansel, disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday. The Katsina State Government has inaugurated an Executive Council Committee for the improvement of the welfare of orphans and widows left behind by the victims of banditry across the 11 frontline local government areas of the state. The Deputy Governor, Maner Yakubu, and Chairman of the committee disclosed this on Tuesday, noting that the Executive Council had, during its 6th regular meeting, noted with concern the impact of the activities of bandits and the socio-economic well-being of the affected communities, particularly orphans and widows. From the frying pan into the fire, the people of Ogbesun community in Ikpoba, Oka local government area of Edo State have created more problems while searching for a solution to a gully erosion threatening to swallow their homes. Find out how as Extra Voices returns in a moment.
In the ever-revolving world of news, one story becomes extinct the moment another major story breaks.
Market women don't know whether they be anything.
But with KUFM's Extra Voices, the story never dies. It just takes on a new life.
Market meho.
There's no water in the house. The toilet is not good.
We don't have any fashion in APC.
We bring you new angles and fresh perspectives to every story, no matter how old or remote.
There are a lot of educated people that are involved in politics nowadays.
We go a little beyond the surface to get you those extra details ignored in the rush for the news.
Now bridge, now we take the enters now.
Some don't die for inside.
We go beyond the lines to bring extra voices, not just for those making the stories.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But for those affected by the stories.
I've lost 1 bag of rice, documents.
So it's a real disaster.
With Extra Voices, we add new flavor to give fresh perspective and taste to an old story. Extra Voices airs every Wednesday and weekends on KUFM's major news bulletins.
the frying pan right into the fire. The people of Ogbesun community in Ikpoba, Oka local government area of Edo State have created more problems while searching for a solution to a gully erosion threatening to swallow their homes. An emerging gully threatening lives, properties, and physical growth of Ogbesun community in Ikpoba Hill, Benin City, has become yet another source of discomfort. The gully, which surfaced in 2009 as a whole, have claimed lives in many houses and still counting. Worse still, the sites have become eyesore after the residents resorted to self-help by attempting to fill the gully with waste. Now, they can't stand the offensive smell emanating from the site.
The gully sites are a few kilometers from the recently reclaimed Queen Ede gullies, less than 7 kilometers away from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) Benin Depot. The gullies have consumed parts of Edionwa Street in Ogbesun quarters near the city center, surrounded by residential houses, bakery, and a new generation church. Residents say if attention is not urgently taken, they may be consumed like others. The residents, led by the Odionwe of the area, Pa Joseph Otahen, said the gully sprang up as a result of flood diverted to the area.
This erosion area here, since 2009, I didn't start with the battle. We even do construction of a gutter. My name is Paul Isikweme. I'm a landlord here. I packed in since 2002, and the area was so good for us. And I prefer that tend to be a GROA, but it's now a GFA, government forgotten area.
My name is Miss Odegwa Maria. If erosion from another area, they come, they pass my compound. If you read the fall, now they see where put leg. Because of no husband, no money, now make me stay.
Members of the church are living en masse for fear of imminent collapse.
Some of the members have been leaving us. They are afraid.
Though they claim to have written some relevant authorities to help them cushion the natural disaster, but to no avail.
Our Nogi of Ogbesun have written to government several times. They even came here to look into, but as they come, that's the end. You cannot see the reply.
The residents, however, resorted to self-help a few years ago when the situation of the gully degenerated.
We suggested that refuge should be dumped here as a palliative measure, which they started 2 years ago, and yet it has not been able to solve our problem.
Now, they are not only battling with the gully, but the offensive odor that emanates from the gully.
Night, I can't come and take breeze because of the smell.
Even we up there, the odor also reach there. Smelling is too much.
A manager of a bakery, which is few meters from the gully site, Olabode Yusuf, said the gully and the filthy environment is crumbling his business.
Even the customer are no longer coming away because they feel the odor of the refuse are worrying us. Even now that to advise that I should pack away from the area. But I have no money to build a bakery now. That's why I'm still managing the place with little one that I can do.
Extra voices gathered that the burden brought by the gully is a challenge the residents cannot bear for too long. They are calling on government at all levels to quickly come to their rescue.
The houses then are almost caving. The landlord down there, they are already packed. So we beg the government, the state government, or local government, or federal government to come and help us do this area. Past this one, many of us will talk to tenants.
A director in charge of erosion and flood control, Ministry of Environment, Edo State, George Iguagbo, asked the community to formally write them. He said their case was worsened following the dumping of refuse at the gully.
So first of all, evacuate those waste from there before you now start claiming the place as a gully. When they put up their write-up, I have one now. The phone numbers are there. We will invite them and hear from them.
In a telephone chat, the general manager at Edo State Waste Management Board, Charles Imariabe, said the board was not aware of the refuse disposal at the gully. He said concerned individuals have been summoned following the notification by Extra Voices. Now, urgent steps must be taken by relevant authorities to avert outbreak of diseases in the community as a result of the bad smell that emanates from the gully. For KUFM's Extra Voices, Nusahai Uwadia.
Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, Death Row Records co-founder Harris, others pardoned by President Trump.
Split seconds. There is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
You're still on to News Break on K92.7 FM Benin City. On entertainment, Death Row Records co-founder Michael Harry O'Harris is among the dozens of individuals who are granted clemency by President Donald Trump in his final hours in the office. 58-year-old Harris was convicted of attempted murder and kidnapping in 1988 and jailed at a federal correctional facility in Lompoc. He is set to be released from the California federal prison after 32 years behind bars. Artists also pardoned by Trump are Dwayne Carter, popularly known as Lil Wayne, who pleaded guilty to a federal weapon charge last year, and Kodak Black, whose real name is Bill Capri. He was also charged with firearms offenses. And that's the news. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Federal Executive Council approves new retirement age for teachers. MENA prays court for bail over deteriorating health. On Extra Voices, our correspondent takes a look at Ogbesun Gully and how it threatens lives and properties. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at KUFM.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on RadioGarden.com. KUFM Newsbreak was produced by Blessing Asekome. I am Benjamin Kadiri, saying thanks for listening. Good evening.